Hey guys, this is Full Stuff Incorporated, and I'm here to give my thoughts about this game in general and about, my thoughts in this game and what I've been going through these past while. So, yeah, all I could say is that I have never had this time where I cannot enjoy this game for the life of me. Everything about it just seems to defeat itself lately. And what I mean by that is that a lot of the game right now, it just doesn't feel like anything I want to enjoy or can enjoy. This Everything just comes down to whether you have enough hand traps these days, and that's not enjoyable. A lot of it is just about, hey, who can open Max C first? Hey, who can make a bigger board? Hey, who goes first? All of these incredibly small things to make this game last so shortly. I enjoy a slow thinking game like chess. I play chess myself. It's a pretty fun game, I think. That's the first thing I think of when I think of a fun, slower game. And you're probably telling me, hey, you should play chess. I think Yu-Gi-Oh should never have been this way in the first place. Is the game itself is making itself far less enjoyable as we go along. It just doesn't seem to fit right with this game. The atmosphere of this game, the hostile fan base that this has. Just if you enjoy yourself, try to have a very fun mindset towards this game. Try to play the game, but just for the joy of it. You can never seem to if you're on YouTube. You can never do that without getting scorned about it. And that kind of hostility should never be welcome in a game like this. It's just something that's always bothered me. But that's not even half of it. This year has been pure tier 0. Nothing but tier 0. I just don't think of anything else of this game but tier 0. But can you really blame me? This has been probably the least engaged I have ever been with a game ever. And I can't seem to find any kind of thing salvageable for this game. Basically, the aggression of this game is astounding. Because you can literally make one board in a game, in this game, and win. It's not... in chess, you know what pieces that your opponent has, and you know what pieces you have. In this case, if you go first, and you're going to be in... Okay, let's say that you're playing, going second spiral. And your opponent was playing, I don't know, Fluffles or something. Whoever goes second in that game wins. There's no question about that. It's just really hard to get engaged in a game like this. I have seen no reason to go out of my way to try and enjoy myself in this game if I can't seem to find anything salvageable. Just don't ever put yourself in a situation where you're playing a game, okay? You're playing a game, but you just put up with all the BS. You put up with every little bit that they throw at you for pretty much no reason. I honestly got to see no reason why I continue playing this game outside of I played this game for a while and it's hard for me to get off it. It just doesn't really feel like it doesn't feel like that anything is salvageable at this point. There's so much in this game that I just really can't seem to get. For one, why are there so many bad booster sets? The booster sets in this game has been very bad lately. Circuit Break wasn't very good. Code of the Duelist wasn't very good. And Extreme Forces needed Electromite to be remotely relevant. And that in itself is a complete shame. Nothing of this game has real material to it. You just have to just hope to God that it all works out in the end. For Konami, they have done so little to try to improve this game. I'm surprised that it's still even around to this day. I'm surprised that attendance numbers are at a higher end. I mean, it set itself apart from other games, but this game has more problem than any other right now. We have hand traps, in which case you never know what your opponent's going to have until it's too late. You don't know. There's too much you don't know. There's too much interaction on your opponent's turn. Like, there is too little to ever try to make this work. It just sounds ridiculous as an idea. Everything about it just screams unfair. It just makes you feel bitter inside, really. So, honestly, I've been talking about this for a while. So I'm going to stop eluding you and start going into the meat of the product. I can't seem to enjoy this game as much as I used to. I mean, this year has been especially disengaging for people, considering that we had Tier 0 format after Tier 0 format. But even when we get out of those Tier 0 formats, there are even more decks. There are those same decks that actually still stay on top, like Pendulum Magicians. Just look at it this way. We've went up against Zoo and True Draco for a long time. But after those were dealt with, and out of the meta, per se, Pendulum Magicians took over. And then Spirals came up, and guess what came up? After that, after Spirals got hit, Pendulum Magicians and Trick Stars. I mean, there's the problem right there. There's already a set food chain for these decks. There's easily a lot more that we can have in this game if Konami were to just put their mind to it. Pendulum Magicians should not always be one of the top decks. Trick Stars should not always be one of the top decks. They need to get hit in some way. That way we can have some kind of variety in this game. Otherwise, it's going to feel like, oh, it's 1-2-0 deck, or it's the same deck that we've been having for quite some time that should have been hit for a while. It just doesn't make sense to me. We have so much in this game that has to offer, yet they can't show it off because they're too afraid to hit the other top decks. Because Pendulum Magicians, although they're not doing that much right now, are still an extremely powerful deck. And they're going to be even more powerful when Electromite gets released. They might not spiral out of their pedestal just because of how powerful Electromite is and how much that card can enable. Those Astrograph shenanigans that Lithium showed off. There was so much in this game, so much that you just can't seem to enjoy this game for the life of you. And I can't seem to either. Because there is too much going on with this game, yet too little is actually changing. There is absolutely nothing being thrown for rogue players. Just think about it. We haven't had patchwork, and we still have no release date for it. The Lunalite monsters came up way too late for them to make a super large competitive splash because link rules are a thing. And there's so much against this game and enjoying it that you just can't seem to stay engaged, you know? Like, I can't stay engaged myself, all because of the stupid crap that's going on with this and how badly they are arranging this thing. I mean, if you don't mind hearing me complain about a children's card game, just keep in mind that this is a combo game for some reason, children that can't seem to understand this game, how complicated the combo can actually be. Like, seriously, some of the stuff I actually struggle with myself, and I am 19 years old. So, it really doesn't seem to make sense to me. Like, there is too much going on. Okay, the biggest mistake that they made this year was probably the link mechanic. Yeah, because the link mechanic stopped so many different decks, and it slowed down so many different decks, and it killed so many decks, like DDD. It just doesn't seem to be... It's just either you go Konami's way or the highway, and it just doesn't feel natural. Like when Synchros came out, Synchros were just like, hey, we're a new mechanic, but hey, you can still play your fusions. In this case, you have to completely make a phase shift, and you had to make a bunch of Link Monkers Bagooska nowadays to make some kind of relevant splash in this metagame, and that's no fun. And I just don't think that this game is going to get any better from here. But I'm probably still going to upload every once in a while. It's just going to be quite a bit slower, just because I can't seem to get myself motivated to continue. But I'm going to continue to give you guys content regardless, just because I don't enjoy this game. Doesn't mean you shouldn't. It doesn't mean you shouldn't either. So I'm gonna try to keep making content. It's gonna be quite a bit slower, and I'm gonna try to make some more anti-meta lists just so I can make it better for you guys. To make something that can actually work in meta games or any other if you try to adapt to it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like it, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, join the Fight for Army, and together we'll beat the meta. Talk to you guys next time. Hopefully you'll join me in the next video. But until then, take care of yourselves. Love you guys. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.